look, I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Just start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen, never shitted on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my rear view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes. And all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Don't get up out of bounds, homie. Got killers with them rounds on them. Look like I'm fed from the drum. Look, don't make me make the reaper rain down on them. I can give a fuck if you rock blue. And I was Sue Woo from the Fruit Town crew. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Just start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen, never shitted on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my rear view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes. And all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Don't get up out of bounds, homie. Got killers with them rounds on them. Look like I'm fed from the drum. Look, don't make me make the reaper rain down on them. I can give a fuck if you rock blue. And I was Sue Woo from the Fruit Town crew. Cops still shoot us every time we move. They hate you, nigga, like they hate me too. Just know that brotherhood is a weapon. Build another zone, get protected. Too many sisters in the city been molested. Now I'm stacking soldiers off the block like it's Tetris. Woo. Know that truth, it give you chills, don't it? Steady ringing in your ears, won't it? If I'm blessed to make a meal, I'ma bust that shit down with my real homies. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Yeah. To all them children that grew up with parents strung out on drugs. Yeah. I just wanna bow. Hope you do too. And I hope you do too. Yeah. Man, to the brother that had a real and she left him for whatever reason. Yeah. I just wanna bow. I hope you do too. And to the sister, you know what I'm saying, that had that nigga leave her. Yeah. Nigga, I just wanna bow. To my niggas that's locked up. I hope you do too. Man, I hope you niggas see the light of day. Yeah, I just wanna bow. Yeah, I just wanna bow.
I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
America, KKK, land of the good smokers, home of the slaves, and I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Can I live my dreams on this earth? Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the fake shit that's disguised as what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that be the death of me. As of late, since we've been hypnotized since elementary, thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo, that shit ain't practical. All the roots connected, always more to learn of that, you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of our skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement. Ride incitement, shit, well there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, all brothers rather than fight. They face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis at Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stayed defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live?
Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatam, to all my brothers, Yahweh Shamalatan, Bashim Yahushai, to all my sisters. With the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, established since 1969, teaching the blacks, Latinos, Caribbean, West Indian blacks, you know what I mean, and Native Indians the truth according to the Bible. We operating out of Durham, North Carolina tonight, you know what I'm saying, and tonight is the Monday night class in Greenville, North Carolina. And we're going to go in on the origin of Christmas. You know what I mean? And again, brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe to all of our ISUPK social media platforms, you know what I'm saying? Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatam, Yao Shamalatan Bashim Yao Shai, brothers and sisters in the chat. Okay, so what do we know about Christmas? Let's get straight into it, you know what I'm saying? What do we know about Christmas? What do we know about Christmas? What do we know? What has been said? What has been taught to us about Christmas? What do we know about Christmas? Brothers and sisters online, you all can, you know what I mean, chime in anytime you're ready. Just type in your questions or your comments. You know what I mean? And in the classroom as well, if you have any comments or questions, just go ahead and raise your hand, and we will get to you. Yeah, what do we know about Christmas? What do we know? What is the whole idea of Christmas that has been taught to us? You know what I'm saying? I mean, go ahead in the chat if you have any. Go ahead. Just type in your responses. You know what I'm saying? What exactly is it? You know what I mean? What do we know about Christmas? What has been taught to us about Christmas? You know what I mean? What have we been told by our grandparents? You know what I'm saying? See what now? Evan Jones says a big fat man comes down your chimney on the December 25th to deliver presents. Yeah, not in the Caribbean though. There are no chimney in the Caribbean. Jesus' birthday, that's right. You know what I mean? All of those responses are actually right. In America, we've been taught that, you know what I mean? This ho ho ho, which he is a ho for real, comes down your chimney, you know what I'm saying? And provides us with milk and cookies, or we leave the milk and cookies for him. Which one is it? You grab the mic.
We leave milk and cookies for him.
Oh, we leave milk and cookies for him. All right. Well, so being that we leave milk and cookies for him, Silaki, I'm trying to get this mic. Check your mic again.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You there? All right, got you. Yeah. Seeing that we leave milk and cookies for him is because, yeah, you know what I mean, he comes every 25th, you know what I mean, or is exactly on the 25th or the night before?
The night before.
The night before so-called Christmas. He comes down the chimney while we're sleeping, and he leaves tons of gifts. Where does he leave the gifts, though? Go ahead.
Under your Christmas tree.
On not my Christmas tree.
Under the Christmas tree.
I'm just joking. Yeah, go ahead.
And then your holiday stockings.
And holiday stockings, the red stockings, right?
On top of the chimney.
Okay, got you. All right. So basically, that dude, you know what I mean? His name is what? Santa, right? So he comes down the chimney and he leaves gifts and all that stuff. Nice. Or grannies and our uncles and aunts and families and friends been teaching us these lies all our life. You know what I'm saying? All our goddamn life. Knowing well in their hearts of hearts is their money they spent. You know what I'm saying? While we are asleep as kids, they put in those stuff in the stockings, and you know what I mean? They put in the gifts under the Christmas tree and pretending like some mystical man comes down the chimney, a fat, pale-faced piece of garbage comes down the chimney, you know what I'm saying? And graces us with his presence, with gifts and a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is the wonderful thing about the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. We have the truth. We are the home of the truth. And now we're going to debunk the whole idea of Christmas. We're going to go into the origin of Christmas. You know what I mean? Not too much so, you know what I mean, Santa Claus, but we're gonna see where the Christmas tree come from. You know what I mean? We're gonna examine some of the ancient records, meaning the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and historical evidence to prove what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you know what I mean, we got an article over here. We have an article over here. The origin of Christmas. And if I may, I want to put it on the screen so brothers and sisters can see it as well. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. Selake, if you could you read for me from, can you see it? All right, Most High in Christ. Could you read from right here for me, Babu Kasha? Yes, Babu Kasha.
Origin of Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
the traditions and controversies.
Mm-hmm.
For today's Christian, the origin of Christmas is and should be the birth of Jesus Christ, as recorded in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more and nothing less.
Mm-hmm.
However, most of what we witness on December 25th each year has absolutely nothing to do with that blessed day.
All right. Now this is what I want our brothers and sisters to understand. That nothing at all, based on what we were told Christmas is, has to do with the birth of Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing whatsoever. You know what I mean? I'm going to put the article up on the screen so that we could read it. Just start it again for me, Babukasha.
Origin of Christmas.
Uh-huh.
The traditions and controversies. For today's Christian, the origin of Christmas is...
For today's Christian, today's Christians, it specifies who. You know what I'm saying? Because we in the Isupk, we don't believe in Christmas. It's not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's not a high holy day or feast day of the Lord. You know what I mean? For today's Christians, keep reading.
The origin of Christmas is and should be the birth of Christ, as recorded in the Bible.
Right, it should be. But is it? Keep reading.
Nothing more and nothing less.
Mm-hmm.
However, most of what we witness on December 25th each year has absolutely nothing.
Wait, it has everything to do with it.
Absolutely nothing
Uh-huh.
to do with that blessed day.
Right, meaning the birth of Christ. You know what I'm saying? When Christ was born. Christmas has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the birth of Christ. You know what I'm saying? And that lie of Christmas, you know what I'm saying? And we have to, you know what I mean, sing carols and, you know what I mean, go from house to house, and it's family oriented. Gotta go visit your family and love and hug and share the spirit of love in the air, and all of that garbage has nothing to do with the birth of Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Now, as we continue reading, we will see what the history of Christmas really was about. Keep reading.
Which probably occurred in late summer of early fall about 2,000 years ago.
Uh-huh.
In fact, most of the customs and traditions of Christmas actually predate the birth of Jesus. And many...
Salakia. Now it is clear that what it says here, you know what I mean? In fact, most of the customs and traditions of Christmas actually predates the birth of Jesus Christ. So how in the hell does Christmas have anything to do with the birth of Jesus Christ when it predates the actual birth of Jesus Christ? And these are things that our so-called leaders know. You know what I'm saying? So-called religious leaders, they know that. They know these things. You know what I'm saying? They act like they don't know, but they know. You know what I mean? And the only reason why they're doing it again is to make their pockets fat, because they're following an agenda given to them by their father, the devil. You know what I'm saying? According to the scripture, you know what I mean? He was a murderer from the beginning. You know what I mean? He's a deceitful, cunning piece of garbage. You know what I mean? We know who he is. He's the oppressor. Keep reading.
And many of them are downright deceptive.
Wait, and many of the beliefs and customs are what?
Downright deceptive.
Good night. Continue.
In their meaning.
In their what?
Meaning.
Uh-huh.
And origin.
And origin. You know what I'm saying? And let me put it up on the screen so brothers and sisters can see it. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Here are a few examples.
Uh-huh.
The date of December 25th probably originated with the ancient birthday of the Son of God.
Wait. Say that one. Read that one more time.
The date of December 25th probably originated with the ancient birthday of the Sun God.
Right, there you go. Of the Sun God. Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Mithra.
Uh-huh.
A pagan deity.
A what?
A pagan deity
Continue.
whose religious influence became widespread in the Roman Empire during the first few centuries AD.
Right. So basically, this celebration really has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to prove it in the Bible. You know what I mean? We will, I mean, we're using this article right here, but we're going to prove it in the... Sure. What's that, Christ? So we're gonna prove it in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And show, you know what I mean, when Christ was born, what was the conditions when he was born, and how the time that Christ was born is not consistent with what the time that the pagans so-called celebrate the birth of Christ. You know what I'm saying? On the 25th of December. So keep reading.
Mithra was related to the Semitic sun god.
Continue.
Shamash.
Uh-huh.
And his worship spread throughout Asia to Europe, where he was called Dia Sol Invictus.
Yes.
Mithras.
Yes, continue.
Rome was well known for absorbing the pagan religions.
Who?
Rome was well known for absorbing the pagan religions.
Nice. Now let me elaborate on that a little bit. Now, if you understand the oppressor and the way he operates, he is a culture bandit. He's a thief. He's a vagabond by nature, right? So what he does is he goes around the earth and steals people's culture, their ways, their customs, and all of that, and he incorporates it into whatever belief system that he set up, namely Christianity. Now, Christianity was founded by the Romans. You know what I'm saying? Romans started the Roman Catholic Church. You understand what I'm saying? That's a fact. You don't have to graduate from kindergarten to know that. You know what I mean? Now it says, what happened to Rome?
Rome was well known for absorbing the pagan religions and rituals of its widespread empire.
Right. So seeing that Rome conquered so many different places, you know what I'm saying? When they conquer these places, what they would do is they would incorporate some of the cultures and the belief systems of these places into their religion, just so that people, like, let's say for example, Rome would conquer America. Let's say Rome conquers America or North Carolina. In conquering North Carolina, Carolinians normally celebrate Carnival. You understand what I'm saying? Let's put it that way. On, let's say, the 10th of January. When the Roman Empire conquers that place that celebrates, you know what I mean, Carnival on the 10th of January, in order for the people to accept them, you know what I'm saying, and be okay with what is going on, seeing that they're taking over the place and colonizing the place, you know what I'm saying, just so the people might be pacified and feel okay to some extent, they would allow Carnival as part of their religion or part of their system or whatever the case is. They will leave it. They'll not remove it. Now, let's say 20 years go by, 100 years go by, Rome's still in power. Parts of Rome spreading all over the earth uses that particular carnival date in their religion, and it spreads. So now Miami has the same thing, when Miami was never involved in carnival. You understand what I'm saying? Then Atlanta involved in carnival, when Atlanta was never a place that you could go to deal with any type of carnival vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that is what they do. They incorporate different cultures, myths, and whatever, you know what I'm saying, into their belief system or their society, to make lack of a better word, you know what I mean? And when they do that, it gets pushed wherever they go. As it said, they had a widespread what? Where is it?
Rome was well known for absorbing the pagan religions and rituals of its widespread empire.
Widespread empire. You understand what I'm saying? So everywhere they conquer, everywhere they had a hand in ruling, they would incorporate some of those different places, beliefs into their own, you know what I mean, rulership or culture, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
As such, Rome was converted, this pagan legacy, to a celebration of the god Saturn and the rebirth of the sun god during the winter solstice period.
Right. So the winter solstice, we'll go into that in a little bit. So basically, the date December 25th has nothing to do with Christ, but the worship of the sun god Shamash. You know what I'm saying? And it was a celebration that they did, you know what I mean, on the winter solstice, which is, you're going to read it in a minute. Keep reading, go down a little bit more.
The winter holiday became known as
Saturnalia.
And began the week prior to December 25th.
Nice. So this is where they started to incorporate all of that pagan belief. You understand what I'm saying? So with Saturnalia, let's see what Saturnalia is. We'll come back to that, okay? We'll come back to that 1 second. Let's put this on the screen so that our brothers and sisters can see. You know what I'm saying? That we're not making this up. We're actually going in the history and teaching our people what they need to know. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, check it out.
Saturnalia. The most popular holiday on the ancient Roman calendar.
The what?
The most popular holiday on the ancient Roman calendar.
Right. Go ahead. Derived
from older farming-related rituals of midwinter and the winter solstice.
There you go. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what Saturnalia is. Keep reading.
Especially the practice of offering gifts.
The practice of what?
Offering gifts.
Saturnalia is the practice of what?
Offering gifts. Or sacrifices.
Or what?
Sacrifices.
Good.
To the gods during the winter sowing season.
Nice. So that is what Saturnalia is. You understand what I'm saying? They celebrate that particular time period for the worshiping and offering of gifts and all of that stuff unto pagan gods. You know what I'm saying? And then, well, I'm not going to jump the gun. Keep reading.
The pagan celebration of Saturn, the Roman god of agriculture and time.
Sulaki, the Roman god of who?
Agriculture.
And what?
And time.
Go ahead.
Began as a single day, but by the late Republican 131 BC, it had expanded to a week-long festival beginning December 17th. On the Julian calendar, which the Romans used at the time, the winter solstice fell on December 25th.
Right. So the winter solstice fell, that particular celebration fell on December the 25th. Now, when we keep reading, what we're gonna see is that winter solstice was incorporated again, as we read earlier on. The Romans would incorporate different pagan beliefs into their belief system and into their culture and into their way of life. You understand what I'm saying? This is one of them. And then what we find happening is they fused Saturnalia, or the worship of the sun god and offering of gifts, into Christianity. It has nothing to do with Jesus Christ and the birth of Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing. So let's keep reading.
How the Romans celebrated Saturnalia.
Nice. Now we're going to go into how they celebrated Saturnalia to get an understanding of how, you know what I mean, this pagan holiday was established and celebrated. And let's look at the similarities between how it was celebrated and the similarities between how we all celebrate Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Right now. Read.
During Saturnalia, work and business came to a halt.
Nice. So that means there no commerce, no business, nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? When I say no commerce, no, you know what I mean, retail stores open and selling anything to anybody because it's a national holiday. You understand what I'm saying? Read that again.
During Saturnalia, work and business came to a halt.
Work and business came to a halt. You know what I mean? It's a holiday. Is a feast day that men decided to come up with and create because of their worship of pagan gods and rendering gifts unto those gods. Keep reading.
Schools and courts of law closed.
Same thing, like today. These are the similarities. On Christmas Day, anywhere open?
No.
Everybody at their family's home, you know what I mean, eating swine's flesh and all other abominable things, you know what I'm saying, and waiting to unwrap gifts that so-called Santa brought the night before. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
And the normal social patterns were suspended.
And the normal social patterns were suspended, meaning the normal way of life, your normal routine, get up, brush your teeth, bathe, go to work, come home, you know what I'm saying? That was suspended. You didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Uber and Lyft and bus drivers and taxi drivers, you know what I'm saying? And workers of the field, you know what I'm saying? Going on the farm and doing, all of that was suspended on that particular day. You know what I'm saying? December 25th, Saturnalia. You know what I mean? Read on.
People decorated their homes with wreaths and other greenery.
Say that one more time.
People decorated their homes with wreaths and other greenery.
What does that sound like? Brothers and sisters in the chat, Baba Kasha. What does that sound like? Read that one more time.
People decorated their homes with wreaths and other greenery.
People decorated their homes with wreaths and other greenery. Mistletoe hanging over the door. You know what I'm saying? The Christmas tree. What else? Salakia, you too have. Lights. Christmas lights. Flicking lights all over. Just take a look at the heathens right next to us. You know what I'm saying? Christmas trees erected in their yards. Lights all over the house. Santa Claus on the chimney, all the way at the top. You know what I'm saying? Decorations, man. Keep reading.
And shed their traditional togas in favor of colorful clothes known as synthesis.
Nice. Well, whatever the name is and it means, you know what I'm saying? But colorful clothes, red, you know what I'm saying? Green and white, you know what I mean? Red and white, you know what I'm saying? Colorful colors, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know what I mean? Sleigh, all of that. It is the same thing that was going on in this pagan custom, which was merged and fused into Christianity, which has been absorbed by Christians and proliferated for hundreds of years up until today. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Even slaves.
Even who?
Slaves.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Read it. Keep reading.
Did not have to work during Saturnalia, but were allowed to participate in the festivities.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, they sat at the head of the table while their masters served them.
I don't believe that for 1 second, but that's what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. Keep reading.
Instead of working, Romans spent Saturnalia gambling.
Doing what? Wait, doing what?
Romans spent Saturnalia gambling. Singing. Playing music.
Wait. Slow down. Slow down. I want to say something. instead of working, meaning it's a holiday, everywhere shut down, Romans spent Saturnalia gambling, singing. Give me a Christmas song. I don't remember none of them shit. Slovakia.
Jingle bells.
Okay, all right. That's enough. 2 other. you know what I'm saying? Deck the halls of whatever. You know what I'm saying? They spend their time singing, playing music, feasting, socializing, and giving each other gifts. What does that sound like? That's Saturnalia. Remember, we're not talking about Christmas yet. This is the origin of Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? This is where Christmas started. Thousands of years, actually about 2,000 years before the birth of Christ. You understand what I'm saying? These things were going on. So how all of a sudden, fast forward to 2019, we saying that December 25th is the birth of Christ, and if you ask a Christian to prove it, his blood pressure ready to burst his heart and his brain because he can't find it nowhere, but he just love being wicked and submissive to a stupid idea that his oppressor put in his head. So like Salakia. Hey, Salakia, sir. Come. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Read it from instead of working. Baba Kasha. Salakia.
Instead of working, Romans spent Saturnalia gambling, singing, playing music, feasting, socializing, and giving each other gifts.
And giving each other's gifts, man. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Wax, taper candles called cherie were common gifts during Saturnalia to signify light returning after the solstice.
Nice. That's foolishness. That's just bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Continue reading.
On the last day of Saturnalia, celebrations known as the Siglaria.
Yes, Siglaria.
Many Romans gave their friends and loved ones small terracotta figurines known as Signalia, which may have referred back to the older celebrations involving human sacrifice.
Involving what?
Human sacrifice.
All right. Let me see here. There's another area that I want to read. Yeah, read this.
Saturnalia was by far the jolliest Roman holiday.
Wait. Saturnalia was the what?
Jolliest
Roman holiday. Right? What is the most merry time of the year, man? Go ahead.
Christmas.
Right. For the heathens and our lost brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? The most jolly time of the year, you know what I'm saying? We must come together, the spirit of Christmas, man. So go ahead.
What's that song? What have you seen of Elves?
Which one? Elves?
Have a holly jolly.
Oh, yeah. Have a holly jolly Christmas.
All right, so I don't know none of that. I detached my spirit from that a million years ago. But that's too up. You know what I'm saying? They say that Christmas is the jolliest time of the year. And Saturnalia, which predates the actual term Christmas, is saying the same thing. It is saying the exact same thing. The jolliest time of the year. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
The Roman poet Catullus famously described it as the best of times. So riotous were the festivities that the Roman author Pliny reportedly built a soundproof room so that he could work during the Roches?
Yeah, Roche's celebrations. So basically, you know what I mean, this guy here, he had to build a room so that he wouldn't hear the foolishness that they're singing, you know what I'm saying? Temple of Saturn and other Saturnalia customs. All right, so we'll come back to some of that in a minute. But let's finish off, you know what I'm saying, from here. Because remember, the origin of Christmas, the traditions and controversies. This is what we're going over, and we were just touching on Saturnalia, which is the root or the. If you take Saturnalia out, there's no more Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Because Christmas is Saturnalia. It's just a different name. You know what I'm saying? The same things they did during Saturnalia is the same things they're doing during Christmas. You know what I mean? And there are certain parts of the article that describes some of the things that they did. You know what I'm saying? We may touch on it, but if we don't, I'm going to just say it now. Like, these pagans, you know what I'm saying, they would have orgies in the street, run up and down naked, singing and dancing and playing music loud. You know what I'm saying? On that particular day. That's what they did. That's why you will see them out, you know what I mean? They go caroling. That's what they call it, right? They go from house to house caroling. You know what I'm saying? But in the original festivity or celebration of Saturnalia, they would go out naked. And they would go singing and then have orgies, men with men and women with women and men with women, and it's just a bunch of ungodly thing, man. It's ungodly. It has, go ahead.
Did you hear that rumor, or I don't know what it is, the truth about Saint Nick and like the presents and everything? He used to sit little boys and girls on his lap and bribe them with presents so he could, like, you know, touch on them and stuff like that.
Well,
That's some stuff I heard too.
All right. Well, let me give you a little bit of the truth of who Saint Nicholas is. Saint Nicholas was a black man in Russia. Yes. That's why I didn't want to go in on it too much. We can always go in on it, you know what I mean, closer to Christmas. You know what I mean? Probably next week. We can go in on Saint Nick and the history of Saint Nick and what he did. But he was a black man. And he was a black man who would go to orphanage and different orphanages and give gifts to orphans and children in the streets, because he knew they were fatherless or motherless and they didn't have nobody for them, so he would go help them out. Again, the culture bandit, who is the oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of, he goes all over the place and takes different things and incorporates it into his customs. That is one of the things that he did. He took what St. Nick did, the original black man St. Nicholas, and he incorporated it into Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And now, when you drive around Greenville, you'll see a fat belly man with red and white clothes on, hanging, you know what I mean, on chimneys or wherever they put him, representing St. Nick. St. Nick was never a white or an oppressor. You know what I'm saying? He was never an oppressor. He was a black man who lived in Russia. And the St. Nick you're talking about, if that St. Nick had kids on his lap, that's the original copycat version of the original St. Nick, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first St. Nick, which is a black man. This is the copycat. This one would bribe kids and try to molest them because he's the oppressor. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's keep reading. Read from known as Saturnalia.
Okay.
Keep reading,
The
yeah.
winter holiday became known as Saturnalia and began the week prior to December 25th.
Good.
The festival was characterized by gift giving.
By what?
Gift giving.
Continue.
Feasting. Singing. And downright debauchery.
What is debauchery? Can we look up that meaning of that word, please, Babu Kisha? Debauchery. Let's see if we get that word down pack right now. Debauchery. Debauchery. Yeah, let's get that word real quick. Spell it. Ebauchery. Khan. I don't want Khan. Yes. Come, Council.
Debauchery.
Uh-huh.
It's a noun. Excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures.
Salakia. What? Say that one more time, other one.
Excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures.
There you go. And this is what two others say. And this is what we were talking about. I was talking about earlier on about them having orgies and all kinds of stuff. Debauchery, man. A bunch of ungodly pleasure. You know what I mean? That's what they were indulging in. Keep reading.
As the priests of Saturn carried wreaths of evergreen boughs in procession throughout the Roman temples.
Okay, keep reading.
Variations of this pagan holiday flourished throughout the first few centuries.
Flourish throughout when?
Salakia. The first few centuries after Jesus Christ. But
Right. So basically, this is saying that all of this started way before Christ, and then it still continued after Jesus Christ. So while he was there, it still was going on. You know what I'm saying? So guess what they did? I'm not going to jump the gun. Keep reading.
But it probably wasn't until 336 AD that the emperor Constantine officially converted this pagan tradition.
Wait. Slow down. Let's take it one more time.
Okay.
It probably wasn't until 336 AD that Emperor Constantine, tomatoes, doesn't matter to me, officially converted this pagan tradition into the Christian holiday of Christmas. I wanted to read it for myself so my brothers and sisters can hear that we're not making this up. This is history. Saturnalia, the worship of the sun god, Shemesh, gifts given, wreaths, all of that garbage is a pagan holiday that was incorporated when?
336 AD.
Keep reading.
Under the rulership of Emperor Constantine. Officially converted this pagan tradition into the Christian holiday of Christmas.
There you go. Saturnalia is Christmas. Is the worship of the sun god and the god of agriculture. You know what I'm saying? That's what Christmas really represents. It has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. It has nothing to do with Yahushua Mashiach in the ancient Hebrew. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Period. Christmas. And it's crazy in 2019, or people can't catch on to the whole idea that Christmas is just a marketing strategy to have you spend a whole bunch of money. And guess who faces the worst part of Christmas in America? Just take a wild guess. Online, if you're online, take a wild guess. Tell me who faces the worst brunt of whatever goes on during that festive, so-called festive season. Who faces the worst of it in America right now? I'll give you not even 5 minutes. I'll give you, you know what I mean? I'll give you 30 seconds. Sunshine J said, our people, black. Yes, that's true, but I want to be more specific. Which of our people? That's you correct. You're not wrong. Black people, yes, but go ahead.
Parents?
Closer. You know what I'm saying? Closer. And I'm gonna break it down nicely so our brothers and sisters understand why Ayazab saying this. Why Officer Yahawada allowing Ayazab to say this? Why? Nobody else? All right, I'm gonna give it to you. The black man in America. The black Latino and Native Indian man in America. And you know why? Because the mother of a child will get angry at this brother for not wanting to buy gifts and presents for the child. You are no good. You full of AIDS. You're this, you're that. Oh, you can't get your daughter something for the Christmas? And all the other kids getting something. And this nigga has been working hard all year, putting food on the table, paying the rent, and doing this and doing that. There are some mothers who are doing it as well, and fathers who in the world and so caught up with this pagan foolishness do the same thing to the sisters. But the majority of who is facing the hardest blow when it comes to this stupid holiday, which is Christmas, Saturnalia in disguise, you know what I'm saying, is the black man. And when I say black man, it encompasses the 12 tribes, you know what I'm saying? Latino, you know what I mean, Native Indians. Is the black man. A mother will lie to her child, telling the child, Santa brought you these gifts. Hey, come open your gifts, come open your gifts. And the black man who busting his ass, 12-hour shift, you know what I'm saying? At $8 an hour, ain't getting not a goddamn credit for that gift, man. You're giving it to a white devil named Santa Claus that come down the chimney last night, lying to the child, you know what I'm saying? This season, this whole so-called spirit of Christmas is just wicked and evil, man. And it's our people facing it. You know what I mean? Facing all we are the ones pulling the short stick. The short straw, you know, when you have straws in your hand, you pull, yeah. We pull in the shortest straw. Because this is not what we're supposed to be doing, man. The Most High said it clearly in the scriptures what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be following these other heathen nations and following after their customs. As a matter of fact, could you get me Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1? Let's go there. Because that's one of the most powerful scriptures that condemns Christmas in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? We were never taught from our law, statutes, and commandments to celebrate these so-called holidays, man. And when we celebrate these holidays, this is the things that happen to us. We get killed. Because we turn our face from God and we decide to do what we want and follow the traditions of man. Saturnalia is nothing more than Christmas in disguise. Christmas is no more than Saturnalia in disguise. Christmas is Saturnalia. Christmas is the worship of the sun god and the agricultural god, and to bring gifts and do all these types of things, you know what I'm saying? For these pagans, man. Let me see what we got here. Sunshine J said the Israelites, Latinos, and Hispanics. You right? Yeah, that's true too. You know what I'm saying? If you got questions in the chat, go ahead and you know what I mean, just type it in real quick. All right. Let me get the book of Jeremiah real quick. Look at Jeremiah. Come here, Jero. Chapter 10. All right. So I'm gonna read this so that our brothers and sisters can understand. 10 and 1. Bible Kashase.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Come on.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Hear ye the word the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of who?
O house of Israel.
No, this is talking to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. This is not talking to everybody on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? This is for specific people. This Bible was written for one race of people. You know what I'm saying? And we can see who is facing the worst during this Christmas celebration, as I brought it out. You know what I mean? The blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, especially the black fathers. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is saying, hear ye these words I speak unto you, O house of Israel. Keep reading.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith who?
The Lord.
T.D. Jakes.
The Lord.
Al Sharpton.
The Lord.
Donald Trump.
The Lord.
Your mama.
The Lord.
Go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the who?
The heathen.
The white man.
The heathen.
The Chinese.
The heathen.
The Japanese.
The heathen.
The Africans.
The heathen.
Keep reading.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs in heaven. You know what I'm saying? This is basically talking about you not having to worship the stars and the sun god, you know what I'm saying, and the god of agriculture, you know what I'm saying, and following your horoscope and the zodiac sign and the solar eclipse and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
For the heathen.
For who?
For the heathen.
Go ahead.
Are dismayed at them.
Right. These heathen nations, they worship the elements and the things that the Most High power created, man, and not the Most High. You know what I'm saying? This is why the Most High is saying, do not be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't follow after the heathens and do as they do. They are rebellious. Well, I wouldn't say rebellious. Salakia. I take that back. They are unrighteous in spirit. You know what I'm saying? They have no moral compass. They don't know how to conduct themselves in a lawful manner in keeping with the law, statutes, and commandments of God. You know what I'm saying? They're always trying to come up against God. The Big Bang Theory. You know what I'm saying? The white man says he's going to fight against cancer and AIDS. Let me ask you a question. AIDS alive? Is cancer alive? Cancer have a gun and weapons. You can physically fight against cancer. They want to fight against everything that the Most High put in place, you know what I'm saying, to rule the earth. Keep reading, other one.
Verse 3. For the customs.
For the what?
For the customs.
For the customs, the culture. You know what I mean? The ways of a certain people. Keep reading.
Of the people are vain.
Are what?
Are vain.
It means nothing to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The customs, the ways, the culture, the belief system, the philosophies, doctrines, all these things are vain when it comes to the Most High. Keep reading.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one cutteth for what?
A tree out of the forest.
Keep reading.
The work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
Nice. Now, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the workman with the axe, he goes out into the forest and he cut out a tree. He cut a tree, right? Let's see what was going to happen with that tree, and let's see what that tree is. What's the word I'm trying to use? What is this tree that we're going to read about representing in whichever holiday that we want to fit it into?
So, Shalaki,
Cancer.
the same people that cut them trees down are the same people that's selling trees right out here on the side of the road, man, selling Christmas trees to the same people out here in the earth today, man.
And that's heavy. And that's that. Khan. Keep reading, sir.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and gold.
They do what?
They deck it with silver and gold.
So after cutting that tree from the forest, they do what?
They deck it with silver and gold.
Keep reading.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers. That it will, Shalaki. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
That it move not. You know, when you go down the street in Greenville and you get the tree, the tree, you would put a bracket like this underneath the tree so that it wouldn't tilt this way or tilt that way or tilt forward or tilt back. You understand? They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They deck it with silver and gold. Your tree in your house, you'd have
what's the song? Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Got a Christmas song. White man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's
man.
right.
We reading about him right now, man.
So they deck it with silver and gold, you know what I'm saying? And that silver and gold, the little balls hanging from the tree, I bet you don't know what that represents. Anybody in the chat? What'd you say? No, not slaves. Okay, let me give it to you. So, there was this ruler named Nimrod, right? You know Nimrod in the Bible is in Genesis chapter 10. I think the book of Nimrod was verse 8 or somewhere there. Can't cancel. Now Nimrod, he was a ruler. He was a fierce ruler. You know what I'm saying? Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Sir. Nimrod was a so like I say, if you want to add anything, you just, you know what I mean? Come on. Nimrod was a ruler, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was, when he died, his mother/wife, yes, that's what I said, his mother/wife, he married his mother, you know what I'm saying? Buried his body, and she went into the forest and planted an evergreen tree in the middle of the city. And she said that Nimrod lives through that tree. Because if you know anything about an evergreen tree, it is green all year round. So all of the trees around that tree would die, but that tree would be green. So the people would be like, how come this tree is an evergreen tree? You know what I'm saying? And you would have to bring gifts for Nimrod, which on his birthday as well was the 25th of December. You understand what I'm saying? So you would bring gifts for Nimrod that's where the tree comes from. And they incorporate all of that, Saturnalia, the birth of Nimrod, death of Nimrod, you know what I'm saying? And the gifts under the tree with Christmas. That's where it comes from. And we will read it. Just give us a second. Let me just break it down. So, if you didn't bring a gift for Nimrod, and I think his mother's name is Semiramis. That's his mother's name. His mother's name is Semiramis, right? So if you didn't bring gifts for Nimrod, Semiramis would have you killed, beheaded. And you know what they would do with the head? They would hang it on the trees. So all the little balls that you see we have right now in our house, and the balls hanging from it, and the star at the top, and all that stuff, that is to the worship of Nimrod. You understand what I'm saying? So in essence, Christmas is so pagan. It allows you to worship the God of the sun god. It allows you to worship the God of agriculture, Nimrod, and tons of other foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? When we have the tree in our house, we singing the carols, we eating the swine, we caroling, dancing in the streets, and doing all of that stupidness. You know what I'm saying? Kissing under the mistletoe, all that foolishness. That has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ at all. Now, let me sidestep for a minute. We'll come back to that in a second. Let me get Luke chapter 2 and verse 7. Babakasha. Luke chapter 2 and verse 7. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get it. Another one. Luke chapter 2 and verse 7. You know what? Just start from verse 1. Babakasha.
Luke. What'd you say?
Luke chapter 1. 2 and verse 1. Come on, sir.
The book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out of and it came to pass. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar, Augustus, that all the world should be taxed.
So all the world should be taxed, meaning the whole society, you know what I'm saying, of Israel should be taxed, and the areas where the Roman rulership was, you know what I'm saying, should be taxed. Keep reading.
And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria.
Come on.
Verse 3, and all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city.
Right. So during the tax season, everybody went to their city, you know what I mean, to be taxed and so on and so forth. That's basically what it's saying. Keep reading.
Verse 4, and Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea.
Right. He went into Judea to pay his taxes. Keep reading.
Unto the city of David.
Unto the city of who?
David.
Keep reading.
Which is called Bethlehem. Because he was of the house and the lineage of David.
Kaboom. Read on.
Verse 5. To be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child.
Being great with child. So what we're going to look at now, during the tax season, now let me ask this quick question. Like really all over the earth, during what time tax season really is? Right. So April, right? There you go. So tax season is really around March, April. Everywhere, pretty much everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's one strike on the whole birth of Christ being on the 25th of December. You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 6. And so it was that while they were there, the day were accomplished that she should be delivered.
Meaning, during the tax season and the time that they were over there in Bethlehem, her water broke, you know what I'm saying? It was time to bring forth the child. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in a swaddling cloth.
Nice. Christians use that. You see when everywhere you go, you know what I mean? Little lambs and goats and thing and 3 wise men and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? When the Bible never said 3 wise men, it said wise men. You know what I'm saying? All over the place with candles and all kinds of stuff and swaddling cloth and, you know what I mean? White little Jesus. Hey, you know what I mean? Let's see what the Bible says. Keep reading.
And laid him in a manger.
Laid him where?
In a manger.
What is a manger? What's a manger, sis? You looking up the meaning? Yes. Okay, no sweat. That's it. Yeah.
A long open box or throw for horses or cattle to eat from.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So a manger is basically a stable. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki, a trough box.
A trough, cancer. Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? So that's what a manger is. You know what I mean? Keep reading, sir. Read from verse 7.
Verse 7, and she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in a swaddling cloth, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
Nice. So they went to a little motel, you know what I'm saying, to get a spot, but it booked because it's tax season. Everybody flood the city, you know what I'm saying? Activities going on all over. They couldn't get a spot, so they had to go in that in a barn, and how you call it, the
A trough. What?
the box, the way they feed
in a trough, like a trough box, like
trough.
you feed animals.
Can. So in a trough box, right? Can. A trough box or a manger, that's where she had the child, in there. Now, my question to pagans and Christians, December the 25th, anywhere on the face of the, you could be in Hawaii, it will be cold. You know what I'm saying? But over on that side of the earth, you know what I'm saying, which is Jerusalem, we know that it snows. It is cold, very cold during Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very, you to what? Yeah, you could excuse yourself. Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? So this is what happens. Christianity and the advent of Constantine fusing all these pagan beliefs into so-called Christmas and calling it the birth of Christ, the date in itself that we were told that Christ was born, which is the 25th of December, is an absolute lie. Why? Because we're proving it right now. Christ was born in a manger where animals fed. The only reason why they were there is because the animals were not there. And if it's so cold during Christmas, how could that area be empty, void of animals? You know what I'm saying? Meaning animals would normally be feeding if it was cold. They would be inside, but they were not inside. They were outside. And in earlier scriptures, when the wise men saw the star in the sky, during those times, there's no stars in the sky. It's clouds. Because it's snowing, it's cold. You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading, sir.
Verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And there were, and there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field.
Read that one more time.
And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field.
In the what?
In the field.
Good night.
Good night.
Keep reading, other one.
Keeping watch over their flock by night.
Keeping what?
Keeping watch over their flock by night.
You see how wicked and stupid and retarded Christianity is with that Christmas garbage? The 25th of December is one of the coldest times that you can find yourself outside. And here it is, men outside looking over their flock of sheep or goat or whatever in the night.
Shalaki.
Come, sir.
In 20 degrees, you out watching over your flock. The Christian church is the house of Satan, man.
That's right.
We need to come out of the Christian church, man.
Come, sir.
Full of lies, man.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Read that one more time again, Bible Christian. We gotta read it.
20 degrees, man. I was like, picture this. Picture this. It's December the 25th. It's negative 20 out there. And you outside at night watching over your flock. Good night. You gonna have some frozen animals. Good night.
Frozen lamb. Salakia.
Good night, man.
Yeah, but that's how stupid they are, other one. You know what I'm saying? That's how stupid this doctrine and this religion and this belief system that our people choose to subscribe to. And again, we're not blaming our people. You know what I'm saying?
Shalaki, we don't blame our people. We blame the so-called white man.
That's
for,
right.
for destroying our people with lies, man.
Come
And we also blame the Christian pastors
That's right.
for keeping up the tradition of these lies, man, of our oppressor, man.
That's right. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because listen, right? Salakia, so could you give me Mark chapter 7 and verse 7? You mentioned Mark, Salakia, 7 and 7. Because you mentioned something about the traditions. Our Christian pastors, they holding on to the traditions of men, which is what they're actually doing. This is why our people believe that Christ was born on Christmas Day, which Christmas have nothing to do with Christ, and he was born on the 25th of December, chapter 7 and verse 7. Babukisha.
Mark chapter 7, verse 7. You want to start at verse 6?
Come on, sir.
He answered and said unto them, Well have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, the people honored me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Say that one more time. The people honoreth me with their lips,
but their heart is far from me.
Come on.
Verse 7, Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines of the commandments of men.
Of the commandments of who?
Of men.
Do you see, this is what our Christian pastors doing, man. That's why what Officer Yahweh brought out just a while ago is heavy. You know what I mean? Our so-called religious leaders keeping the traditions of men. You know what I'm saying? Saturnalia is Christmas. Saturnalia is the worship of the sun god, the agricultural god. Having your tree in your house is worshiping Nimrod. Having those little balls hanging, them gold balls and them green balls hanging, is significant of men that were slaughtered because they didn't bring gifts under the tree. And their heads were hanged on that tree. You know what I'm saying? Christian pastors, the blood of Jesus, you'll be saved. Jesus told me, you know what I mean? You need to give the church $1,000. Each of you need to give the church $1,000 so that we can get this. And hey, we love God. You want to say something, Adawan?
No, go ahead.
They say they love Christ and God with their lips. You know what I'm saying? With their words. But their heart far removed from the Most High and Christ. You know what I'm saying? Howbeit, Salakia, Mark 7 and 7, howbeit in vain do they worship me. That's what he's saying. Teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. You know what I mean? Keep reading, sir. Verse 8.
Verse 8. For laying aside the commandments.
For doing what?
For laying aside the commandments of the Most High, ye hold the tradition of men.
You do what?
Ye hold the tradition of men.
So because they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, because they're telling us the law is done away with, Christ came to love and hug and kiss everybody on the lips. This is what they do. They hold to the traditions of men. Keep reading, Adawan.
As the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
Nice, like worshiping Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Memorial Day, your birthday, Valentine's Day. You understand what I'm saying? All these things are traditions of men, which is wicked in the sight of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely abominable. You know what I mean? That was it. So like I say, any more?
That's it.
Come on, sir. 2 hours, sir.
Say verse 9 though.
It
still speak on it.
Come on, sir.
Verse 9. And he said unto them, full well, ye reject the commandments of the Most High.
T.D. Jakes does what?
He rejects the commandments of the Most High.
Al Sharpton does what?
Reject the commandment of the Most High.
Your grandmother that tell you Christmas is okay does what?
Reject the commandments of the Most High.
Your mother and your wife and your sons and your daughters that get vexed with you because you bring no gifts in the house does what?
Reject the commandments of the Most High.
Keep reading.
That ye may keep your own tradition.
That you may do what?
Keep your own tradition.
Which is wicked, man. Which is absolutely wicked. 12. Which is absolutely wicked, man. Which is absolutely abominable, man. Absolutely abominable. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to deal with in our society. This is why under Commanding General Yohana, under all the powerful brothers, man, under Commanding General Yohana in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we waking up our brothers and sisters, man. We raising our brothers and sisters up from the lies and the deceitful doctrines, you know what I mean, that these so-called leaders come up and talk to us about. They come and they say that the Lord spoke to them and gave them something to tell us, you know what I'm saying, in a sermon and this and that. You know what I mean? God didn't send these so-called leaders, man. God sent, the Most High sent Commanding General Yohana. I know that for a fact.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for Commanding General Yohana, this truth would be far from a lot of our brothers and sisters, man. And how I know that the Most High didn't send T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and all these other wicked so-called leaders. Come on, sir. So-called leaders. Silaki, sir, give me Jeremiah 23 and 23, Baba Kasha, if you could. Let Jeremiah 23 and 23. I love the book of Jeremiah, man. It be too wild. Yeah, the book of Jeremiah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 23. I am God at hand, said the Lord, and not a God afar off. That's 23 and 23.
Come on, sir.
Verse 24. Verse 24.
Come on, sir.
Can any hide himself in the secret place that I shall not see him? Said the Lord. Do not I fill heaven and earth? Said the Lord. Verse 25. I have heard what the prophet said that prophesy lies in my name.
You have done what?
Prophesy lies in my name. Saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. How long, verse 26, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies?
How long shall it be in the hearts of T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and Al Sharpton and all these other wicked pastors, you know what I'm saying, that claim that they're doing the work of the Lord, but they're leading us into a burning house, and they're leading us to serve other gods by having Christmas trees in our house, you know what I'm saying, by worshiping false deities that have nothing to do with the birth of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Which is absolutely wicked and abominable, man. You know what I mean? This is how I know that they're wicked, because they say that God speak to them and this is what he says to do and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Cancel, go ahead. Oh, Silak, I thought you was going to say something. You know what I'm saying? You have any questions? Go ahead. So like Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 23 to 25. That's where we at. You know what I'm saying? If you could, Adawan, read verse 21 for me, Baba Kusha.
Isaiah chapter 23, verse 21. I have not sent these prophets.
T.D. Jakes.
I have not sent these prophets.
Al Sharpton.
I have not sent these prophets.
Creflo Dollar.
I have not sent these prophets. Yet they ran.
Yet they do what?
Yet they ran.
Keep going.
I have not spoken to them.
You have done what?
I have not spoken to them.
All these prophets, so-called prophets or leaders, come out at one point in time and say, God spoke to me and he said, you know, I need a jet. I need a jet so I can go around the world and do the work of the Lord. I need a jet. We need new cars and vehicles. We need a new building. And the Lord spoke to me and he said, I know you in my congregation. You can give, just give. Each person can give $5,000. The Lord spoke to me and he said that. What did the scripture says?
The Lord spoke to me in a dream. You forgot to say that.
The
Lord spoke to me in a dream.
They spoke to them in a dream. Some of them blatantly come out like Joshua Holmes and say straight up, the Lord spoke to me last night. And this morning when I was driving coming to church, he told me that you supposed to give me $1,000 each. Right. You know what I'm saying? But majority of them, as my other one said, they say, I had a dream and the Lord came to me in the vision and he said to me to do this and to do that. What does the scripture says? Verse 21 again, Baba Kusha?
I have not sent these prophets. Yet they ran.
Keep reading.
I have not spoken to them.
You have done what?
I have not spoken to them.
Keep reading.
Yet they prophesied.
These are liars, man. These are blatant liars, man. You know what I'm saying? And they are the ones causing our people to celebrate Christmas today.
Shalaki.
Come on, sir.
If they're not teaching that the laws are, if they're not teaching the commandments of the Most High ain't talked to them, man. He ain't spoke to them, man. So that should tell you they are a liar, man.
That's right. And that's heavy, because the only way the Lord speaks to any prophet is through the law, statutes, and commandments and the Holy Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And with that, you know what I'm saying, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you know what I mean, established since 1969 under Commanding General Yahana, you know what I mean, doing the work of the Lord, teaching the blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians the truth according to the Bible, you know what I mean. The Passover coming up, you know what I mean, April 9th in New York, Yonkers, New York. You know what I'm saying? We have a whole stadium. Just 2 days. You know what I'm saying? 2 days, the Feast of Unleavened Bread starts on the 10th. You know what I'm saying? And the Passover is on the 9th. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just stay the whole weekend, you know what I'm saying? And hang out with your brothers. You know what I mean? All over the earth, we're going to come together under one ruler, you know what I mean, which is Yahushai, which is, I mean, when I say one ruler, I mean our king, you know what I'm saying? Yahushai and Commanding General Yahana. Not forgetting the Most High, of course, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just want to say it that way. You know what I mean? Also, pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? You could pay your tithes on Cash App. You know what I'm saying? The $, ISUPK, ISUPK tithes. You know what I'm saying? So it's the $, ISUPK tithes, and then you could pay your tithes that way, or go to the website www.isupk.com. Now, big announcement. I know a lot of our brothers and sisters already seen it. The ISUPK app is here for Android and for iOS devices. You know what I'm saying? So go to the Play Store. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Apple Store. You know what I mean? Download the app. Get your latest videos, latest stories, the grill, Cross the Line Radio. You know what I'm saying? All the other stuff. All the content that you know that the UPK putting out. Check out the app. You know what I'm saying? Is One West app, ISUPK. You know what I mean? Anything else? Tonight is Monday night, right? Right. So in a minute, 9 o'clock, Black Watch TV. Tune in. Don't forget, Commanding General Yahana locking it down with the heavy hitters on the grill. You can't afford to miss it. You know what I'm saying? Tons of stuff going on. Wednesday night, we move our show. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you all know. We move our show. Officer Yahawada, 5,000. Officer Ayazahab of 1,000. You know what I mean? Cry Aloud. New time. You know what I'm saying? 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesdays going forward. You know what I'm saying? No longer Mondays. It was moved. You know what I'm saying? Orders given. Most High in Christ. No sweat. That's what it is. Tune in. Cry Aloud. We're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And with that, Shalom Yabashmir Shabrakatam to all my brothers. Yahweh Shamal Atan Bashim Yahweh Shai to all my sisters. Shalom.